I had a little bit of an issue with it, and I said, say it again, and he did. And right hook sent him down.
He hit him, and he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
Tampa, Florida. One punch outside of Dunkin Donuts. 3 days later, a 77-year-old man was dead. This is Corey Poo Holes. A Dunkin Donuts manager with no criminal record in a case prosecutors called almost impossible to simply prosecute. Let's start with the law that ended his clean record felony battery. Under Florida statute section 784.041, battery becomes a felony the moment it causes great bodily harm or permanent injury. One punch met that standard. It's a third-degree felony in Florida, up to 5 years in prison, even for a first offense.
I came in from the truck. You can see our, I have an altercation with one of the employees. And I guess it spilled, and I ran in here. He was. Somebody here picked up the street in Florida, 33619.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I was there. He was actually there. Don't check again. He was his face and he fell down.
Which kid?
He has heart problems. He's 100% disabled.
That is
Disabled veteran. Disabled veteran.
What's going on, man?
He's got allergies. He's seen allergies.
What do you have?
Yeah, so first and foremost, let me just say my name is Corey Jones. I am the guy you were looking for in regards to this situation. The long and short of it is that here obviously at Dunkin, he's a regular. He normally comes through here and orders a large hot coffee, but today maybe he's having a rough day or something, and he decided to be extremely profound at the mouth. And I asked him respectfully on the microphone, could you please not use that kind of language, obviously with me and my employees, and as well as that. And he said no, and then he came around to the window. He kept going at the window, and then I guess he was going to come inside. So I came inside. I came along this side to let him know. He asked for the manager. Our current store manager is off already. She worked morning shift, and she's currently otherwise here. So I would be for the seniorship. I've been here a little bit longer than he has, so I would reserve responsibility for that. In any case, I came out to let him know. I said, listen, sir, with the profanity that you used, I would highly recommend that you go on about your business. We don't want to serve you any coffee today. Maybe you can try again another day, but you have clearly upset, you feel me, the atmosphere here, and we would like for you to go on about your business. I asked him to do that repetitively. It's all on camera. As I mentioned, he came inside, and when he came inside, he addressed me, and he was looking. I said, hey, listen, the manager's not here right now. I'll give you the manager store number and all that good stuff. And he didn't want it. And I said, sir, well, can you please go on about your business again and have a good day? And he said, no, you're a nigger. And then I said, and I'm sorry, I had a little bit of an issue with it. And I said, say it again, and he did. And right hook sent him down.
So it goes without being said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
I very
Doesn't matter.
well.
I'm just telling you, brother.
No, I agree. Believe me. I'm terrified right now, but I agree what you're saying. You shouldn't. I have had a fit of racism since I've only been here about 2 months, and I've dealt with so much of it. And I'm not saying that is a reason to do it. I'm not.
I got people that say a bunch of hateful and horrible stuff to me every single day. For the past 16 years, I let it go in one ear and out the other. It ain't gonna hurt you. This will get you in trouble. Not gonna get you arrested, but I mean, dude, you hit him and he fell down.
Yeah, and he hit his head pretty bad.
And he should have never said what he said. But guess what? That's the country we live in. You say what you want to say.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, like you're saying, dude, get the freak out.
Yeah. Slipped and fall, pushed and fell.
Right hook and fell. My apologies for the
He was hit and he fell down.
Keep it down. I don't this other. You hit him. You punched him and he fell.
I'm not one to run from what I've done.
No, you're fine.
And again, he's a regular, so I honestly feel like about this situation.
All right, no worries. Some of you guys have to go at it.
Yes, sir. You too. Take it easy.
Howdy. Gentleman came in, was being very rude to this gentleman, which is the on-duty manager.
Acting manager for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Said some few expletives, and he hit him, and he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get his information yet or no?
I have not. I just came in.
That's his grandson that's with him, though.
Okay.
That is his grandson.
I was just talking with him.
Information if necessary.
So, yeah, you want to grab his 43?
I have.
Video of it?
We do have surveillance. However, when the boss leaves, she locks the.
That's fine.
Yeah, she locks the.
So here's the reality of what could happen.
Yeah.
If you charge a battery, yeah, you could be charged a battery.
Right.
You know, that's after we speak with him and see what's going on.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get on to you, man.
Yeah. No.
You can't let, and I'm telling you this from here on out, you can't let what somebody says anger you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I deal with it and I let it go on. I mean, people say nasty and hateful stuff to him and I just
believe
because
me,
we do our job.
I know.
For no reason.
I know it.
You're going to have people like that throughout your life. You just got to let it go in one ear and right out the other. And just realize that he's going to leave and be on his way and you're going to still be here working.
Right.
You know? So we'll let them get him loaded up and everything like that. Just do what you got to do, bro. I'll be in here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
You're cool. You're good to go, man. Thank you.
It started moments earlier in the drive.
So basically, he was just being, outright rude on your card is going through. But he was just being
For
like,
what reason?
outright verbal. I asked him if he wanted iced or hot coffee. He instantly was like, likes cold coffee. He was like, who the fuck likes cold coffee? I always ask the same. I'm always getting wrong. I'm like, okay, sir, we cannot hear and identify you at the window. I mean,
So he got mad because you asked him if he wanted ice or hot coffee.
yeah. Instantly, off rip, he was already mad. A large hot latte. Okay, gotcha. So instantly he was just,
Sure.
above level. So he was being very verbal. Didn't want to listen to what we were saying. So Corey was like, he got on the mic because I've only been here for like just 3 weeks.
Sure.
But I've had Dunkin experience, so
Well, that shouldn't be a normal reaction of somebody.
it shouldn't be a normal reaction. So he didn't want to. Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so yeah, he was being really verbal for absolute no reason. So Corey got on the mic because he's the veteran here, the more experienced person.
Sure.
So he took over the mic and was like, "Can you not talk to the customer employees like that?" And he didn't listen. So he said, "Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna take your order today. We're gonna politely ask you to leave." Came up here. He had a verbal like, "Can you leave? We're not gonna take your order," type of thing right here. We were reassuring him that he could come again later. So then that's when he came up to the front and was right there.
So even after y'all asked him to leave,
He kept on coming.
he parked, and when you say up there, up at the front counter.
Yeah, he came to the car. So we knew Corey was gonna. So me and Corey went up there to wait and tell him to leave again. He didn't want to listen again, so we asked him to leave multiple times, and that's when he called Corey the N-word, and it escalated from there.
What did you see happen from there?
From what I seen is I heard him Corey told me to call the cops off rip. So I was calling the cops, I was calling my manager, I was calling everybody. And the dude, he kept on being violent, very rude. So
When you say violent, like physically violent,
no,
or
not
just verbally?
physically. I don't think he physically touched Corey, but mentally, trying to get into Corey's mind.
Sure.
Mess with him and around with his head. So then Corey, he was like, "Okay, we're gonna ask you one more time. We're gonna either you're gonna leave or we're gonna call the cops." I was already calling the cops, so he didn't want to leave. He was like, "There's a bunch of niggas, this, that, and third, your nicknames." Corey was like, "One more time," and he called him another nick, and that's what happened. I was right here, and I was on the phone with my manager and the police officers at that time. Oh wait, yeah, police officer at that time, and that's what happened.
So what happened after that? After he said that?
Corey punched him. He was on the floor, and I was on the phone.
Okay, and you were standing like
right around here on the phone.
Okay. Is he? And Corey said he's a normally regular. He comes through
He
here.
comes here a lot, and he's very, like verbal. Like I guess he doesn't know how to, be respectful. So
Well, normal people know how to be respectful and choose not to be.
He wasn't being
Yeah,
respectful.
I mean, it's
And
horrible.
yeah, so he does this a lot. I've had multiple times where I've had to go through it. He gets mad because we don't know his orders. But we don't know your orders because we cannot physically see your face.
Sure. Hello, manager?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to A, I got a thumb drive, or B, if we're able to get the video, can you email it? What's better for you?
I'll have it emailed to you.
Okay.
I'll have my law prevention guy
Okay.
send it to you.
Let me go out and.
Give me an email address.
Yes, sir.
I'll call him now, as a matter of fact, to go ahead and get him to do it.
Okay.
But words alone are not a legal defense. Florida law does not treat verbal provocation, including racial slurs, as justification for physical force. And stand your ground does not protect the person who escalates. Under Florida law, the initial aggressor forfeits that defense. That distinction mattered. Witnesses agreed the manager crossed the counter first. The elderly customer never swung. Cook was 77, disabled, and as prosecutors later revealed, a registered sex offender. None of that made the punch legal. 3 days after the punch, Cook died from a skull fracture and brain injuries, and the charge changed with him. Prosecutors filed aggravated manslaughter of an elderly person under Florida statute section 782.07. It's a first-degree felony reserved for causing the death of someone 65 or older. Maximum penalty, 30 years. For a moment, this looked like it would go to trial as a homicide. It didn't. In March of 2022, prosecutors reduced the charge back down to felony battery.
Police requested the store's
It feels better in here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're going to run. Yeah.
Yeah. They told me what happened. I feel for you 100% right now. What happened at that is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And I understand your anger and your level of frustration that would be pissed too. And this is one of those things that there's one thing that's steering us right now, and it's the level of risk. He's in critical condition right now. It's not looking good. He has his brain swelling right now. He's unconscious and everything. So I'm going to pray for you and for him that he recovers. If he recovers and he's okay, just keep this not big deal. You hear what I'm saying? It's the level of injury. Had he not been this injured, there's a lot of things he could have done. Because like I said, nobody here is okay with what that guy said. And none of us could know at all, And he deserves to be put in place for that. But because of how seriously he's injured, we have no choice. I want you to understand that. Everybody here agrees that what he done, he was wrong. What he said he was wrong. He has to explain how he was. Like I said, he's not in there. So I'm going to pray for you and for him that he recovers, that will just hopefully go away. But for the time being, you're going to be charged 1 count of battery on the elderly male, which is over 65 years of age. You'll have a bond, so it's not going to be too high. You're going to bond out tonight at some point. And then we'll just pray all of us. This guy recovers and everything will work itself out. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you have that you want somebody to say here?
I'm his mom.
That's fine. Mom, you want to step over here and we grab all this stuff?
Get that right.
Do you want a bag? Ma'am, do you want a bag? I can give you a bag for all that. Yeah, I've got one in here, or if you got one, that's fine.
Like I said, you'll get a bond, hopefully as fast as possible so you can get out and be done with it. But I mean, I called the state attorney's office, I spoke to all of our supervision, and it's just unfortunate, I wish the guy had a black eye so we could all say, hey, watch your mouth, but he's injured bad. It's just one of those things that it's a really sad situation. What can make it go best is the guy recovers,
I'm sorry. All right. Corey, you have anything else on you, really?
No, that's it. Took everything else.
That's for Mom.
Okay, that's it?
Right here. Yeah, that's for Mom.
That's it for the
Yes.
Yes,
Corey, can you come have a seat in the car real quick?
Yes, sir.
Brother, what the detective was saying, we 100% agree. But when his head hit hard and everything, when they brought him out here, he was unconscious.
Yeah.
And then while he's up there, he's not doing good right now. He could get better, okay? So you go down, we'll tell Mom. Mom can go down. Yeah, you do that, and I'll 10:35 you. Do they? Okay, that's fine. It's just a hope, brother, that it gets better.
Yeah.
Okay? I know that was not your intent.
It was not.
It wasn't. I know that. You told me that right off the bat, man. It would have been different if it would have progressed and it would have been more physical after that, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But everything, when something happens, everything is taken that happens in the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? So him falling, him getting the injury, him being elderly, again, he could be in the hospital and be completely fine by tomorrow. Okay? But we'll tell Mom. Mom can come down and bond you out. It should be, I think, $1,000 bond or $100 to do a bondsman. She can come down and bond you out. And I'm sorry about this.
I'm sorry because I still think, no matter what anybody thinks of me, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't. I agree with everybody. I shouldn't.
Let me turn the urn for you. Let me talk to Mom real quick. Okay.
The reasoning: a clean record of victim with a documented history of aggression and real uncertainty over how a jury would read stand your ground. The sentence: 2 years of house arrest, 3 years of probation, 200 hours of community service anger management, 0 days in prison. Grades: Pooh Holes gets a D. One punch thrown in anger killed a man, and no version of Florida self-defense law protects the first strike over words. The prosecution gets a C+. They upgraded the charge when the facts demanded it, then downgraded it when the facts got complicated. Defensible, not satisfying. Lesson words are never a legal green light for your hands. The moment you throw the punch, the law stops asking what he said and starts asking what you did. If you want more legal breakdowns of the cases without simple answers, subscribe. We post every week. What's your verdict on this sentence? Drop it in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.